session, we looked at how the gospel is the most important thing in the world. It's not only the thing, the gospel of Jesus Christ, that saves us because Jesus dies and takes away our sins and he gives to us his righteousness, and that saves us for all eternity, but it's also the most practical resource we have in this world for navigating the difficulties of life. And we learned how if we push the gospel into every facet and every corner of our lives, it makes us healthier, more contented, more Christ-like people. And the biggest component, the chief component of the gospel is this thing called grace. Grace is undeserved love, and it is the single most unique substance that exists in our universe. In fact, it's absolutely, completely foreign to our universe. Grace got into our universe only when God, in the person of Jesus, in human flesh, broke into this universe as the embodiment of grace. And now, grace is the main way that God seeks for you to distinguish yourself from a non-believing world. And he's trying to get you to work grace into every corner of your life. In fact, every Christian virtue, when you really work this out, is what does grace mean in a practical area of life? It's like a simple equation. So let me just give you a couple examples. If you take grace and you add it to time, you know what you get? Patience. If you take grace and you work it into your talents, you know what you get? Service. If you take grace and you work it into your finances, you get generosity. If you work grace into your material possessions, you get sharing. If you take grace and you work it into your conflicts, you get listening. If you take grace and you work it into your social relationships, you get forgiveness. Grace is the ultimate substance. It's the most unique thing and most precious thing that exists in the universe. And a lot of Christians, I think, really understand the concept of morality. And morality is good, but morality isn't distinctly Christian. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of other people, and you probably should anticipate there are going to be other people in the world, other religious people, and maybe even non-religious people who might even be more moral than you are. In part because every other religion in the world, the salvation is dependent on that person's performance of morality. Again, morality is good, but it's not uniquely or distinctly Christian. Grace, that is completely, distinctly Christian. That is completely unique. And if you are asking the big questions of life and navigating the gray areas of life, the real question that I want you to be asking yourself is not just either what do I think might be right or what do I think might work or be effective. The question that the Christian asks when they're embodying the Spirit of Christ is what is gracious in this moment? What does grace, undeserved love, look like right here? What does it look like to put God first, others second, me third? And then you'll be capturing the Spirit of Christ in your decisions.